What is force-free, fear-free, science-based, positive dog training? What can it do and what can't it do? We start with what it is, right? So with science-based or science-backed, we refer to learning theory, to biology, to psychology, all those things. Because learning in a living, breathing creature always works the same way. It doesn't matter if it's a dog or a human or a horse or a crocodile. It's always the same, right? And what science tells us is that we do not need all of the learning options for our dogs to do what we want, because science and studies have shown that punishment is not a very good idea. It does not make the dog more reliable. On the contrary, if we have a dog who is only doing things we want because he or she is afraid of consequences, we have to watch out very carefully that we are always there to remind the dog that there are consequences coming if he or she makes a mistake. And it's not a nice way for us. It's not a nice way for the dog. It's not a way of living, right? And science shows that. Now, force-free means that we explain to the dog what we want and what we don't want in a way the dog can actually understand and can actually want to work with us. And we are giving kind of a choice, but we are taking away the option we don't like. What does that mean? Our dogs act with unwanted behavior from our point of view whenever they either have a need that they want to fulfill or they feel uncomfortable in a situation we put them in. So, for example, our dogs don't want to annoy us or anger us with rolling around in poo, eating poo, chasing after a rabbit or whatever. They do that because they feel the need to do that for whatever reason, because they are a dog, right? And that's how dogs work. Or if they lunge and bark and growl and pull on a leash, it's because they feel uncomfortable either in the situation or in day-to-day life. And again, we put them in the situation. So this is when they show us, hey, I feel uncomfortable. I don't have any other idea of how I could act, right? So the force-free, fear-free, science-based approach is to take that information and transform the dog's behavior into something we actually want, right? So we teach the dog, you can feel good in the situation without embarrassing me in front of my neighbors with your pulling and barking and stuff, because we can do something different that will also make the situation easier for you and easier for me, because you don't act out like you did before. And for the needs, we can take away what the dog is doing because we don't like it or because it's dangerous, like chasing after something, but we can still provide the dog with an outlet for that need and fulfill it in some kind of other way. And that is the dog's choice. We take away the thing we don't want, but we give him the choice of fulfilling the need or feeling better in the situation in another way. That's a kind of compromise, right? What it cannot do is to make the dog a completely soulless robot. That is learned helplessness. That is against animal rights laws in a lot of countries, not in all, but in a lot of countries. And if you think about it, how would you feel if you were living in some kind of other dimension or whatever with a pack of cyber wolves or with aliens or with whatever? They have you as a pet, and whenever you want to do anything that's human, or you just want to tell them, hey, I'm feeling a little bit uncomfortable, they would punish you. They would do something to you that is either hurtful or frightens you to death. And that is what punishment does. That is what leash corrections do. That is what e-collars do. That is what prong collars do. And yes, they can advertise however long they want that it's not painful. It is. That is why it works. If it weren't painful or frightening for the dog, it would not work. That's just simple psychology. That's biology and psychology combined. It's just how life works. Alright? And the dogs are not, again, doing something because they want to annoy us. They are doing something because they either feel the need or they want to express discomfort. And is it fair to just punish them for that? It isn't, in my opinion. And I would love to know what you think about it. Tell me in the comments if you're already working with reinforcement, or if not, and if not, why not? But sometimes people say that working with positive reinforcement and force-free means that the dog will not have any boundaries, the dog will not have any rules, and can just do whatever he or she wants. And that is not true. We establish boundaries and rules the same way a balanced dog trainer, so a dog trainer who works based on punishment, does. The only difference is that we teach the dog our rules and boundaries in a way that the dog will want to oblige, right? So the dog will want to stay within these rules and within these boundaries because he has an advantage from it. And that's why it's more reliable. It gives the dog something that's an advantage for him or her. And that makes it reliable. If you want to do something, I don't have to constantly watch you or the thing to actually make sure you are doing it. Because if you want to do it, you'll do it. If I'm there or not, it doesn't matter, right? And it doesn't have to be treats. Yes, I would never, or never say never, but I wouldn't advise anybody to stay away from treats completely because it's an easier way of rewarding a dog for us humans, not for the dog. But we can use such a wide variety of rewards. And if you're not sure if that means that you would constantly have to carry a treat pouch around, click this video.